Here we are about to get ready for Tu B'Shvat, the Rosh Hashanah of the Ilanot. We're in the new year of the trees. Now the Torah tells us that man is compared to a tree. So I love to give a little bit of insights on what does this mean to be compared to a tree. Number one, first thing that I heard from Moshe Boyer, which I absolutely loved, was this concept of fertilizer. Yes, in order to grow a tree, you need to have ground that is fertile. Now, what do we usually use for fertilizer? We use like garbage, things that are very foul-smelling, gross stuff. To teach us what? All those experiences in your life that are so difficult, ichsi, foul-smelling, you just wish they did not exist, guess what? Those actually have a potential to fertilize and enable us to grow. That's number one. Number two, we have the seeds, right? Now, if I want to plant a tangerine tree, or an apple tree, let's say. If I want to plant an apple tree, should I be putting orange seeds inside the ground and expect an apple tree to come out of these orange seeds? No. So we have to have realistic expectations. We have to understand also that the seeds, which are like my thoughts that I'm planting, the actions that I'm taking in order to produce certain fruits, they have to be consistent and make sense of what these fruits are that I want to produce. Therefore, if I want a loving relationship that's based on trust and that's based with the Shekhinah and the divine presence and Shalom, what do I have to do? I have to put those seeds into the equation. Then we have the seeds are sprouting roots. Now, what do these roots have to be firmly planted in the ground? And from these roots, guess what? Water goes into the roots. An incredible thing happens to a tree is it goes against gravity. The water actually goes up. Molecule connected to molecule. It's called osmosis. And we have an incredible thing that the tree shows us, if man's compared to a tree, that you can go against your nature. But what does that mean? In life, there's always this debate, nature, nurture, nurture, nature. It means that I'm not stuck as how I am. I'm also not stuck in the environment that I am. I can go against my nature and my nurture, but how I have to be connected. If a person's not connected to Torah and not connected to the idea of growing, mentorship, friends, an environment that's pulling me upwards, then by gravity, I'm going to go down. But I can't be using my nature or my nurture as excuses to just go in inertia and to go down. I have to tap into the idea that I'm like a tree. I can go against both nature and nurture, and I can grow up. As long as I'm connected and connecting myself one molecule at a time, I can grow up. Then I have this tall, majestic tree that grows up, and guess what? This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful teaching, is that all trees, whether a fruit tree, not a fruit tree, not every tree is a fruit tree, but every tree has branches, will have leaves. That's, even a cactus has some sort of branches, but trees, their essence are actually to give. A human being's essence, a Jew's essence is to be one of giving. That means that when I'm tall, I have good self-esteem, I can stand erect, I'm actually be able to give more. The more that I ensure myself of having good self-esteem, that I'm firmly planted, that I can realize I can go against my nature and nurture, that I have good fertilizer, even I'm taking all the situations that are difficult for me, and then I'm using all that to feel tall, strong, and good self-esteem, I will be a person who's actually more giving. With humility is more self-esteem, and more self-esteem actually brings humility, and I can give out. I can have shade, I can even bear fruits. This is the beauty of the tree. It's Rosh Hashanah of the Ilanot. We have to connect to the idea of, again, the fertilizer, that all those things that happen in your life, they're just so difficult. I can use them and make myself fertile with them and grow with them. That I have to understand that I can go against my nature and my nurture. I have to have desire, the ratzon, which is desire, the same letters as tzinor, which is a tube, make myself into a conduct. I'm just growing up, going against nature. I can drink in the water and have it go up. I can be standing tall and strong and know that strength comes from being able to give and always to be going upwards. And lastly, which another small thing that I just love so much, is this idea of flexibility, which is this week we didn't have the railroad train going on in Yerushalayim, which means I would have to be on more buses, things are taking time, I'm doing more walking and more buses. And you know what? It was just a week. That's what I was saying. It's a week. Gotta be flexible. Life, when you are rigid and you're dry and you don't want to budge, you will break in the wind. But the tree that's flexible, that's nurturing itself, it can sway, go in this direction, that direction, and it won't break. In life, we have to learn to be flexible. We have to learn to go against gravity of our nurture nature in order to grow up. We have to have firmly planted deep roots that are strong. We have to be able to understand that we have a mission in life to be able to give and to provide for those around us. And we have to know that I just have to always be growing up. Have a great day.